All right, you are here with the Comics Lounge. What is up, everyone? I cannot wait to dive into everything that we're going to talk about. As you can tell from the uh, whatever it's called, the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Hulk and what this kind of means. Unfortunately, VK will not be joining us tonight. I know some stuff came up, but we will be talking about this guy right here. Right there, Hulk, possibly some Maestro thrown in there. But, you know, it's always fun to be talking about anything comics related. So stay tuned. We've got a fun, packed show. I cannot wait to see where all of this goes. And the fact that we got some really cool news with Al Ewing joining Venom and Donny Cates jumping from Venom over to Hulk, and all of the stuff that's going to happen with that is just amazing. I cannot wait to see where all of this goes, because in all honesty, that's going to be great. Like, there's so much stuff that they can do. Donny Cates is going to take it so dark like he did with Venom. I'm really hoping that Venom and Hulk actually end up tying in together. I think that would be really cool, since you've had someone who's kind of built that Venom storyline for the past 35 issues out of 200. And it feels like so many more because of King in Black and everything that's been going on there. It's just absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see where it all goes from here. But before I say anything else, first of all, thank you for lounging with us. You are live with the Comics Lounge. Venom 200 comes out very, very soon, and I cannot wait to see what ends up happening. And of course, none of this would be possible without my LCS. My LCS, of course, is Rhino's Comics and Collectibles. If you need anything comics related, collectibles related, anything like that, Chet is your guy. He is the godfather of comics, and Rhinos is absolutely amazing. Again, none of this would be possible. None of this collection would be possible without his knowledge, his support, and just his family attitude toward everything that he does in his business, in his life. It's absolutely amazing to see. So I needed to drop him a line and just say that. But honestly, let's dive in. So Al Ewing is just an amazing writer. He does phenomenal work. I've always been a fan of his writing. He truly is a really cool writer. I'm a fan of the Immortal Hulk. I haven't picked up many issues of it, but that's mainly because Hulk isn't my Avenger. He's not one of my favorites. I know Peanut Butter, I see you, buddy. I know that you just messaged me that Hulk is your favorite Avenger. Nelvis, what is up, my man? Cray Cray for Comics is here. Good to see you. And as always, welcome to the live stream. Now, Al Ewing is just an absolutely amazing beast of a writer when it comes to comics. He did really well. Sorry, I said what I said. He did really well with Immortal Hulk, like I said, and just honestly, there's so much stuff in his work. So I just want to name off a few that kind of stuck with me when I was kind of like looking up, like, what has he done? Where has he gone? All of that kind of stuff. So Absolute Carnage, Immortal Hulk, which was phenomenal. He did Avengers, the 675 to 690, that run. That was a really great run. Avengers Volume 5, number 34.1. Avengers Ultron Forever, number 1. He also did Captain Britain and the Mighty Defenders back in 2015. He did Empire 1 through 6, which I was impressed with. Empire 1, 2, it kind of slowed down a little bit, so I don't think that's really his fault. I won't say. Empire Aftermath and Empire Avengers Zero was just absolutely awesome. Absolutely love that one. Let's see. What else has he been on? Marvel Comics 1000, one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite covers. I have a Scotty Young cover of that. That was a really great read. Ultimates Volume 2, 1 through 12 from 2016, and Uncanny Avengers Ultron Forever #1. And obviously, one of the big ones that my wife loved is Valkyrie Jane Foster 1 through 7. He's been around the block. He's done awesome. I absolutely love Black Panther. Sorry, I'm getting a little off topic, but I picked up this cover this week. And where is it? I might have actually already bagged it. I don't like reading the comics that I pick up for the covers because I want to be able to keep them in as pristine condition as possible. So I might have already bagged it. I know I didn't put it away. Oh no, I didn't even. It's over here. Sorry, I've got 4 separate piles. I've got what I need to read. And then over here is all the stuff that I have inventoried but haven't put into boxes yet. And then over here is everything else that I have put into bags and boards that I've read. Or like I said, ones that have made it into the bag before I read it. The Gleason cover for Black Panther 25. Peanut butter, if you tell me that this is not fire, we might not be friends anymore. This was just an amazing cover. Had to pick it up. Excuse me. But honestly, I do love Black Panther. Again, I don't read a whole lot of him. Not one that's always on my pull list, but I always love reading him whenever he's in a comic that I'm reading or when I do pick up one of his comics. It is absolutely amazing. Dibs. Can't call dibs on that one. That is part of the PC, buddy. Sorry. I do have some that will be for sale soon. I'm planning on doing a claim sale, but we're getting off topic. So Al Ewing is a really awesome writer. And as I said, his Immortal Hulk stuff is his most notable work right now. They're on, I want to say like issue 45 or 46 of that. It might even be close to 50. Like he's getting to where Nick Spencer is with Amazing Spider-Man right now. And just overall, he has done a phenomenal job building a new kind of Hulk within the Immortal Hulk, where he is just absolutely this whole new beast, so to speak. And so is Donny Cates with Venom. So that's why this flip-flop is interesting, because it's like, okay, we know that they're both kind of done with their respective properties. We get it. They've told their story. They want to move on. I'm game for that, honestly. Totally game for them switching. Well, not switching. I'm totally game for them going to a different storyline, creating something new. Donny Cates obviously is on issue 14, almost 15 with Thor. And like that's a phenomenal story arc. The whole run has been amazing, minus the Hammerfall issues. I wasn't too impressed with those. But overall, it's actually been really awesome to kind of see the little differences in what is going on with everything. And I mean, Donny Cates is just doing really good. The only thing about Al Ewing that does leave a little bit to be desired is he's British. It's okay. I'm British. Well, English. I'm all over the place with, I'm just going to say I'm United Kingdom because I've got Scottish, some Irish in me, ton of English in me. I'm just all over the place. I'm a little Spanish too, Italian, German, but I always love to rip on the limeys if I can, because I am one of them. But anyways, so Donny Cates doing Venom, he created this Venom that was totally different from anything we've seen. He created a Venom that really became a hero, not just an anti-hero, not a villain anymore. That's one of the amazing parts of Donny Cates' Venom, in my opinion, is he took a very well-known character and made him just out of this world, literally. And took him to a realm that allowed us to dive further in to the mythos behind the universe. And that's why I really think that Black Winter and Null are somehow intertwined. I think that their work is together in a way. Because obviously Black Winter, darkness, Null, he was the god of the symbiotes, the Lord of the Void, the Lord of Darkness. Like, you can't get any more darkness than he is. So honestly, like, we're talking, you want to talk about characters that have been created that are dark? There's two right there, and we're talking about the same writer. And then let's get even darker. You've got Donald Blake on top of that. Like, he was a pretty pivotal character too that Donny Cates, like, obviously didn't come up with, but revamped in a way and made it made a really cool storyline with Prey. It's very interesting to see these characters that Cates has taken on and just knocked out of the park, in my opinion. And not only the ones that he's taken on, it's okay, dude, just listen in. I'm good. You don't have to watch me babble and whatnot and talk with my hands like an Italian. As long as you're listening and you're there, we're good. Keep watching, keep having the fun, keep enjoying it. But yeah, so I'm really excited for Donny Cates to take on Immortal Hulk. And I was texting with VK, and we always talk about like what we're going to talk about before we get on the live stream. And he immediately brought up Immortal Hulk and Al Ewing joining, and Donny Cates joining Immortal Hulk, Al Ewing joining Venom in November, and just kind of where would that go? What would we do? And thanks, peanut butter. Like what could we possibly do to make Hulk and Venom bigger than they've been the past few years? And it's interesting because Hulk and Venom are kind of, I think they started right around the same time. The Immortal Hulk run was definitely started very recently. And it's one of those things where we want to see more. So I know that we're not going to get more Immortal Hulk when Al Ewing signs off, and we're definitely not going to get more God of the Symbiotes Venom when Donny Cates signs off. There you go, peanut butter. Cray Cray for Comics is saying he loves Immortal Hulk as well. So there is someone on your side in this chat, buddy. So you kind of dive into all of this mythos of Venom, and I really don't want Venom 200 to be an ending. I want it to be kind of like what Black Panther said in the first Black Panther movie. Death is more of a stepping off point. I want this to be a stepping off point for whoever takes on the Venom mantle after Venom 200. And I don't just mean the writer, but I'm talking about the writer, the artists, and then the characters. Will Dylan play a bigger role in upcoming? Will Dylan get his own spinoff? We could see so much go on, and we're not even on to Immortal Hulk yet. Like, Venom in of itself has become so big to the point where pretty much every single one of his 9.8s at some point in time, when a graded comic, first print, some seconds, some thirds, but Venom comics have seen a surge in price, which is showing you how much people want them. And it's showing you how big of keys they could possibly be. Venom 19, the first appearance of Dylan on the cover, and it was the second printing. I've got that in my pull. I've got that in my personal collection. And I was like, I read it. It was really good, but it was going for almost $200 at one point. Like, it was getting Omega Red money at one point. And it's just Donny Cates did something with Venom that I want Al Ewing to continue. I don't want it to be this thing where we basically see, yeah, that was a great storyline, but that's what it was. It was a storyline, and now we're done with it, and we're moving on to this. I don't want that to be how comics work. We need a solid, we need it to be coherent. We need it to be canon. And as soon as you take a great story that kind of took off and did really well, and then just say, that was great, here's my story. Okay, but why? And I think this goes back to Nick Spencer and Dan. I think it was Dan Slott. I can't remember exactly, so correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But Dan Slott, who wrote Amazing Spider-Man 798, and 798, 99, 800. And then Nick Spencer picked it up at 801. And I mean, it was a pretty seamless crossing over, I guess is the best way to put it. From going from that one to the next one, it was fairly a nice transition. The comics were phenomenal. 800 was a beast. And I've always said, and I always will say, 800 was the most expensive $15 I've ever spent. Honestly, it's what got me into collecting. It was the first solo, or not solo. It was the first single issue comic that I've ever picked up and said, I'm going to start collecting. And it sat on a shelf for a little while and was in a bag and board that I bought it in. And again, bought it for $15. It was the Delgado variant, or Delgado variant. And I loved every second of having that comic. And then I started to collect more and more and more and more. And I built my PC to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 short boxes over the course of the past 5 years. And I'm probably going to need another short box soon because I've got stacks on stacks of comics that I need to put away and figure out homes for. And I'm at that stage where I'm kind of like, okay, I need a box for this, a box for that. And, you know, what's the most I've ever spent on a single comic? Let's see. Most I've spent on a single comic. I want to say $150. It was a raw 361. And that's actually the ones at CGC right now. And that's the most I've ever spent on one single comic. The day that I went to Forbidden Planet, I dropped $150 there pretty quickly. My wife and we bought like 4 trades, a couple of single issues, some collectibles, and that was our night trip in New York City that night. And like I said, it was like $150 in that one night, and I loved every minute of it. I was nerding out in New York City, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing. Like, this is what I've always wanted to do. And it was perfect. So, dude, I can't wait for it to come back. I'm so hype. It's finally in the grading process. I am not going to look, and I'm going to post the reaction video onto YouTube as soon as I can. As soon as that comic hits my hands and I see that grade and Check gives me that, because I don't have my own CGC account. I submit all my books through CBCS and CGC through Rhinos Comics and use Retro Recollectibles. Mike from Retro Recollectibles is my go-to guy for everything when it comes to just making sure that the comic's in the best shape it can be. Cleaning, pressing, conserving. He's my guy. And I always go to him because I know that he's going to take good care of my books. He's going to take care of them like they're his own. So that's who I go to. That's who I'll always go to. Those two guys alone are the best guys I've ever met in the comic community. No offense to everyone else who I've met in the comic community. There's nothing like supporting local, honestly. So if you honestly want to go check them out, go to sellingcomics.com. I'll put it in the chat, and you can check out all of Mike's stuff. He does, he cleans, presses, conserves, does all of that. He worked for Kodak for years. I have a video up on my channel of him talking about how he cleans and presses and takes care of books like they're his own. And yes, I am in New York, buddy. Western New York. So it's just amazing. It's so much fun to dive into this. But this was VK's point. Why are they changing up Hulk right now? Al Ewing's doing phenomenal. Donny Cates doesn't have to jump on Hulk. He could jump on anything. I was actually hoping that he would jump on Amazing Spider-Man when Nick Spencer's done. Like, that was my hope. So it's amazing. Peanut Butter, you're asking if he has a reward program. Who are you asking about? My local comic shop or selling comics? Retro Recollectibles. Those are the two. My local comic shop is Rhinos, and then sellingcomics.com is Retro Recollectibles. That's Mike. Let me know, and I can answer your question more. But I do. Chet has a rewards program. He has a friends and family discount and all of that stuff. The more you buy, the more discount you get. He has a Pops program. Buy 10 Pops, get one free. All of that stuff. I don't know about Retro Recollectibles as much. I want to say that he doesn't have a rewards program, but I'm sure that if you submitted a bunch of books to him to get cleaned and pressed properly, I'm totally sure that he would give you a discount. I don't think that Selling Comics has a rewards program though. But definitely reach out to him. Go check out sellingcomics.com. It is an amazing online shop. He has so many key books, and genuinely, they're for good prices, honestly. Like, I don't think I've ever seen an unfair price on his shop, and genuinely, I would say he actually underprices them by a good 5%. That's obviously not much, but I mean, anyone who's underpricing a key comic from the 60s and 70s, and sometimes I think he even has some golden age books in there too. It's amazing. I'm going to New York City Comic-Con this year. Maybe you can take me to the best comic shop. I'm not in New York City. I'm in New York State. Definitely, if you go to New York City Comic-Con, Midtown Comics is the one that I was told to go to as the backup if Forbidden Planet wasn't open. But Midtown Comics is amazing. They do awesome stuff there. And Forbidden Planet is the one I went to. Forbidden Planet is amazing. It is huge. I would totally suggest going there. I honestly wish I could go back sooner rather than later, because with the knowledge I now have of comics and what to look for and how to look and where to look, I wish I would have had that when I went the first time, honestly, because that was just an absolutely amazing experience. And I feel like it would have been amplified if I would have known what the hell I was looking for. I honestly, I don't think there's any better way to put that. So definitely go check them out. And let me know what you think. It's going to be really awesome to kind of see where everything goes. But let's get back into Hulk. So why come out with the new Hulk? That was the question that I kind of posed, and then we kind of got off of that. Craig, go check them out. I'm done getting off topic now. So the thought is, what if there's a new Hulk movie coming out? That's what VK and I had talked about. And then some news dropped very soon, very early yesterday, I want to say it was. They're working on a new solo Hulk film. Like, that was breaking news yesterday. So I don't know if it's a new Hulk film or a new Hulk show. Solo Hulk movie reportedly in active development at Marvel. So they're working on something. Now, with everything that it's going to be, with everything going on with Hulk, the rights and all of that, and Universal owning that, and that's why they haven't made a solo Hulk film. They kind of had to tie the MCU into the 2008 Hulk. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm not quite sure where it's going to go down, how it's going to go down, and what this means for the Universal Disney or Universal Marvel Disney deal. I mean, realistically, it's 3 companies bidding on this. They're bidding for the rights to be able to do something with the Hulk. So is Universal finally allowing them to make a solo Hulk film? And they're kind of saying, yeah, you guys can release it, or you guys can make it. We're going to release it. We're going to do it. We're going to whatever. Or is Disney working on a deal with Universal to get Hulk back? That's what I'm kind of hoping for. I really want all of these properties to be back with Disney and Marvel. Marvel specifically, but Disney owns Marvel. So we're basically saying the same thing if we say one or the other. I want all of these properties to be back with them. We got X-Men back. So I was so excited about that. We got Fantastic Four back. That was amazing. We need Spider-Man to be not a cluster, a fustercluck, I guess is the best way to put it. When it comes to contracts and all of that, Sony and Marvel have to come up with some sort of deal that works for the fans. But with that being said, I think that Disney is going to come up with a really solid deal to get this made, because if they're genuinely working on something that is allowing them to do this, we're talking about 14 years almost since Hulk 2008 came out. I mean, that's a pretty long time to get a sequel. So I don't think this will be a sequel. I think this is going to be something that's going to be like a World War Hulk. So a solo film, but a more than one Hulk film. And Peanut Butter, that's kind of what you're saying down here is I would like to see She-Hulk in a film. I think that's what it's going to be. I think we're going to see World War Hulk or either World War Hulk, Planet Hulk, just something of the sorts that allows us to kind of dive deeper into the Hulk mythos within the MCU and take Hulk to a whole new level. I think they did a really great job of taking Hulk to a new level with everything that's been going on within the MCU. I know that a lot of people weren't too happy with Infinity War Hulk, and then some were less happy with Endgame Hulk, but some were also more happy with Endgame Hulk than Infinity War Hulk. And Ragnarok Hulk was absolutely amazing. Avengers Hulk was it was the first time we had seen Hulk since Universal had kind of botched it, in my opinion. It wasn't the best movie that I felt they could have came out with, but it wasn't a flop. It definitely had its moments, and it was definitely a good watch. But out of everything Marvel related, it's not the first one or even the 5th one or the 10th one that I would go back to watching first. So there's that. But realistically, my biggest thoughts on all of this is simply that we are going to get something that is Immortal Hulk related or World War Hulk related that really dives more into who Hulk is and not who Bruce Banner is. That's really the storyline we've been getting, is that Bruce Banner side. Thor Ragnarok was mostly Hulk. Peanut Butter, I know you're saying I'd rather keep OG Hulk. Depending on which Hulk you are talking about, if you're talking about the 2008 Hulk or if you're talking about the more recent versions of him, or even like the older versions of him, not quite sure. And Disney is greedy. Disney is greedy, but if we as the fans are getting great movies, Disney's allowing Marvel to make their movies and just say, here, go ahead, do what you do best and make phenomenal movies, and we'll distribute them. We'll take care of the funding. We'll do all of that. Can you blame Disney? And I mean, Disney knows how much money that they could make if they bought out Sony. They know. They know. But Disney's not going to do that because Disney's smart. Here's what I think Disney will end up doing. And I've been saying this for a couple years now. Disney will go in with whoever ends up buying out Sony Pictures and say, if you're going to buy them out, we're going to pay this X dollar amount. And they basically get Spider-Man back for cost of what they paid for, of what they got for him. That's my thought, but I'm canceling my Disney Plus. LOL. Yeah, right. So speaking of Disney Plus, I'm not going to talk Bad Batch. I can't talk Bad Batch without VK. VK is the Bad Batch guy. He is absolutely amazing when it comes to Star Wars. I love listening to him talk about Star Wars. We're also not going to dive into the collectibles tonight. But I do just kind of want to touch a little bit more on Donny Cates. And then just kind of dive into whatever you guys are feeling like talking about in the chat. It doesn't matter to me. This was kind of a last minute thing where we couldn't really do a massive live stream, and I'm okay with that. This channel is not going to be massive live streams all the time. I don't foresee that, and I don't need that to be the case because, in all honesty, I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing this to make a dime. I'm doing this just to kind of have conversations like what we have, whether it's in the chat or live. VK, get here now. He's got some stuff going on, so he will not be here tonight, but he sends his best, and we will talk Bad Batch very, very soon. I promise you that. And it's actually, I'm glad that we're not talking it because I knew that he would get into it so much. And I've not seen today's episode, so I would just be kind of lost and not able to talk as much about it. Where do I get my statues? So my statues, I have two. I've got my Green Arrow one, and I've got my Flash one. And then I have all of these pops. There's some more pops upstairs too. Oh, and I also have pops up here. There's also some pops up there that you guys can't see. Pops up there. Typically, and I know this only because my wife was buying them. Typically, those two statues that I have, my wife got at GameStop from my buddy. My local comic shop has a bunch of statues that I love, but they are way out of my price range. I'm not a huge statue person. I'm not into the decor as much. I love the pops. I think they're so cool. If you ever want to send me fan mail or whatever, send me a really cool, interesting pop. Anything Marvel, some DC, as long as it's not DCEU Flash, I'm good. But honestly, I've never been a huge statue person. I like statues. I think they're really awesome, but I can't say that I want them. I don't go searching for them. That obviously might change when my kids get older and maybe they want them for their room or something. With my son's room being Marvel themed, Avengers themed, and my daughter's room being princess themed, I could see statues being a part of everything somewhere down the line, but I'm not a huge fan. I do have one more statue. It's actually in the garage hanging up with my Assassin's Creed um, 13 original colonies American flag with the Assassin's Creed logo in the middle. It's the only flag I have that's illegal. I hate flags that are illegal. But it came with the statue I bought. So I can't really say that I bought it I bought it on purpose, I guess is the best way to put it. But anyways, so the other statue I have is of Connor, the Native American assassin from Assassin's Creed. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Absolutely love that. So I splurged a little bit and bought the $100 Assassin's Creed. I think it was 3. It was the Colonial War. Bought the collector's edition of that came with the statue, the American flag, the game, all of that, the steel book, everything. So that was that. Sending you a Red Hulk Funko Pop. That is amazing. I would love a Red Hulk Funko Pop. The only 2 Hulk Pops I have are, and they're actually my son's, so I will never get rid of them, are this one right here, and that is Hulk with the Infinity Gauntlet, and then this one right here, and that is Hulk with the tacos. My 2 favorite Hulk scenes of all time, both in Endgame. I have a Captain America statue that came with the Marvel Avenger game. See? Yeah, it's awesome. Also, other things I collect that are not comics are these right here, things that are gifted to me. This is a cup from, I want to say that was Infinity War, the steel popcorn from Endgame, the steel popcorn from Aquaman, and that's it. That's the things that I collect, really. Stuff that I can keep and have fun with and pass down to my kids someday. But other than that, it's really just comics related, in all honesty. I enjoy comics so much that that's just what I do. I'm missing the 10-inch zombie Black Panther. I can't find it. I will check at my local comic shop if Chet has any. I know he just got a ton of 10-inch pops in. So Peanut Butter, send me a message on Instagram to remind me, and I will make sure to check that out for you. And guys, that goes for anyone. If you ever have anything you can't find, I will always check in my local comic book shop because I love supporting local. And if I can support someone local and then support you as well, that makes my life just, I love doing that. I love helping others. It's one of the things I do best. So make sure that if you're ever in need of something, if you ever want me to check on something for you, I'm always more than willing to help you out. 100%. That's what the comic community is about. That's what family's about. And if you're good to me, I'm good to you. It just goes back and forth. Favorite color is green. So Hulk, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, everything green. Dude, I love Green Arrow. That's actually one of the first trades I bought, and I read that twice on the train ride from New York City to Rhode Island because it was just that amazing. It's Green Arrow, year 1, great trade, absolutely amazing. I loved reading every single minute of it. Don't send me the money yet. Let's make sure that he has it before you start sending me money. Otherwise, that money is just going to go to supporting the channel. I actually can't wait until I'm monetized because I would love for people to just join the channel to help support us. I've thought about doing a Patreon. I've never really given it a ton of thought. We kind of talked about the beginning of the Comics Lounge way back when this all first started a little under a year ago. That is amazing. What's up, boss? Make sure that you go subscribe the Comics Lounge. You can definitely check us out. But yeah, I love just anything comics related, and it's just so much fun. So I don't remember what I was saying now. Oh, Green Arrow. We were talking about year one, absolute fire trade. It's so amazing. But Patreon. So I've always like kind of wanted to see what I could do with a Patreon account. How it could be where I could actually use it to build the channel. And every dime that I ever get from the comic community either goes back into me getting comics for myself or my son or my wife and now my daughter, or back into this channel. Everything that I've done for this channel has been out of my pockets or out of stuff that I've gotten from claim sales. I literally just keep it in an account and spend it until it's at zero and support the channel with it. So my first claim sales, the Omega Red copy that I sold, the 9.8 that I sold way back in, I want to say November, is the whole reason why I have StreamYard right now. That's the whole reason why I was able to do that, because I took that and was like, what can I do with this money? Where can it go to? How can it support the channel? Not to support me. How can it support the channel? How can I make my content better for you guys and everything like that? It's amazing. It's something that I want to be able to continue. And when I monetize the channel, hopefully very soon, last I checked, we were at 643 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing because we've almost seen 100 subscriber uptick in a week, and I have no idea how. I genuinely have no idea how. But it's been amazing. It's been really fun to watch that happen, watch the growth. I've been posting all about it on Instagram. So Peanut Butter, Cray Cray, I think you're still in here. Nelvis, if you're still in here, I'm sure you guys have been seeing all of it. It's been absolutely amazing to check it out and just watch that growth. Let me see. Yeah, 645 subscribers right now. If I hit 669 before Sunday, it will be 100 subscribers in 1 week that this channel grew. And again, I have no idea where the growth is coming from. Genuinely, I'm not sure. But it's really amazing. It's been a fun ride. I haven't been looking at the stats as much. I've just kind of been looking at like the growth and whatnot. And it's been absolutely awesome. So before I go, I do want to talk about the current giveaway that I'm doing. I'm almost at the year mark. July 3rd will be 1 year. Every single day, I'm highlighting a new video on my Instagram in my story, and then I'm posting the link in my bio. If you go to my bio every day, every morning, once the new video's been posted to my story, like the new story's been posted for that day, the bio will change and you can click that link. All you have to do is comment with this hashtag. And the hashtag is hashtag year one lounge. And then I'm just going to go and I'm going to check out those videos, compile everyone who's commented. The more videos you comment on, the better. And from there, we're just going to do a spin the wheel. And whoever comments the most on those videos will win a little prize. I'm not going to give away what the prize is yet, but I can say that it will be comics related, obviously. It's going to be something big. I definitely want to support you guys as much as possible. And I'm really hoping that I can hit 1,000 before that as well. So I can do my 750 subscriber giveaway soon and do my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. If I could do those two giveaways in 1 month, I don't even know what would happen. I would lose my freaking mind. Genuinely lose my freaking mind. Because I don't know what I would do. Like, I'd honestly be at a loss for words if we can hit 1,000 in the next, I think it's 4 weeks away. It's 30 days. If we could do that, I would lose my crap. Like shit. Honestly, you guys are absolutely amazing. Every single time you come to my live streams, you come to my videos. I love talking with you guys. I love talking with VK. Our conversation with Comic Vet last night was absolutely amazing. Not last night, last week was amazing. I cannot wait to see where everything goes from here. And it should be just wonderful. Honestly, I'm very excited to see what ends up happening next because it's going to be a fun road to 1,000, and then wherever we go from there is going to be even better. I know it. I know that there's going to be something so amazing. And let's just keep going. Let's roll with it. I am so on board to just roll straight to 1 million subscribers. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but it could. You never know. I actually watched a video. I know I'm totally off topic with the video, but this is something that came up, so I'm just going to talk about it. It's kind of us in this chat. So if you guys want to talk about something and you want to hear my thoughts on something, let me know. But I watched a video of Mr. Beast. And if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, he is at 62 million or 62 or 60.2 million subscribers. He gets millions of views on every single one of his videos. He gives away hundreds of thousands of dollars in his videos, and it is absolutely amazing. All of his videos are funny to watch. All of his videos are so cool. I honestly, it's crazy what has happened with his channel. And recently, I just saw today, and I guess it came out 7 months ago, he set a video to come out 5 years from the day he filmed it. He was still in high school when he filmed it. He has graduated college since then. And he showed that he was at, in total, 1 million views on his channel, 8,000 subscribers. 1 million views to 8,000 subscribers. To then be 5 years later at over 60 million subscribers. I was like, that's amazing. I mean, that's where all of us want to go. Obviously, that's not feasible for every single channel. He does stuff that no other channel does, and whatnot. And he has truly been blessed. And Mr. Beast, I give you total credit for everything you've done, and I give you full support. I've commented on a few of your videos. I love what you do. But honestly, I hope that someday I can get to that point, because I would love to support people the way that you support people. It's that simple. So done with the mushy gushy stuff. Let's continue to talk comics. One of the things, as I'm going through this, what the next year will look like in this channel, I'm going to be setting up interviews. We did an interview last week with Comic Clear. They're clear comic boards to help support your key comics and see the backs too on those wraparound covers that you don't normally get to see, because obviously the back of the comic is white because of the board. So that's just one little thing that we'll be focusing on and focusing in on as we continue this channel. Another thing that I want to point out is that I will be doing an interview with the creators, the Miranda brothers, of We Live. And out this week, the artistry in Out of Body is by the artist that created all the artwork in We Live. I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. Inaki Miranda, I want to say, is his. Yes, Inaki Miranda was the artist for Out of Body. His artwork is just absolutely phenomenal. I am so excited by it. It's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to interview him when he gets back from Spain. It's gonna just be It's gonna be such a fun interview to do. Want to stop by and say what up? What's up, J1? So good to see you. Uh, I can't wait to finish reading it. I've been told it's absolutely amazing. It is an awesome cover, and this is actually the trade paperback version. So this is all 5 of them in one volume. Just another amazing thing to pick up. This was $20 at my LCS, I want to say, or no, $16.99. So $17. It honestly, I picked that up, and I also put in for getting some of the covers because they are fire. But yeah, honestly, that's all I really have to say tonight. We've talked about Donny Cates. I'm very excited to see where Immortal Hulk goes after Al Ewing leaves and Donny Cates takes over Hulk. I'm very excited to see what ends up happening with Venom and where that all goes, because that's going to be another comic. That's going to be the Al Ewing takeover of Venom starting in November, and I can't wait to see what Venom 200 brings. Venom 200 should start something absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see what Al Ewing does with it, because I love his work and I love Donnie's work. They are 2 of my favorite writers currently. Nick Spencer's another one, but I'm also a huge Amazing Spider-Man fan. I don't think I would have ever thought of Kindred as a villain, or thought of that as a villain, but Kindred is just an amazing villain. Nick Spencer has phenomenal writing skills. There's a few issues that have fallen flat, but that always happens. Some issues don't line up, or you have to kind of put in filler issues, and I get it. But Nick Spencer's done awesome with Amazing Spider-Man. Ryan Ottley, when he was doing all the color work, the artistry, did phenomenal with Amazing Spider-Man. I can't wait to see where those 3 comics go over the course of the next year. We will see where Venom ends up, where Hulk ends up, and where Spidey ends up by the end of 2021. And I hope that there's just some sweet tie-in with Al and Donnie tying Venom to Hulk in some way, shape, or form. That would be so cool. With all of that being said, I am going to get out of here pretty quickly. So, thank you for lounging with us. I can't wait to see what ends up happening in the next few months, and just in the next few weeks with Venom 200 on the heels of everything going on. Have a great one, everyone. Thanks for lounging with us. Before I head out, real quick, make sure that you go find those videos on our story and then go to the link in our bio. Click that and do the hashtag. It's going to be hashtag year1lounge. Hashtag year1lounge. Go check it out.